Good morning, live from I-5. This is it. This is the OGA Tour final event for me, heading to Emerald Valley. But looking to show up today. Paired up with a group who I think majority of them will be in the OGA Tour Championship. Speaking of which, let's talk about that. Points are there, heading back. I want that one. That's on the bucket list. That and the club championship are the only two really that I got my sights set on. Yes. But yeah, looking forward to today. Let's have a good one. Keep it posted. Yee.
Hey, it's James. I'm checking in, fresh off of a back-to-back win.
Another one.
Just went down, played Emerald Valley in Crestwell, Oregon, just south of Eugene, home of the Ducks, where I wish I played golf, if I did ever play golf in college. Overall, I ended up 1 under. Very content with that score. My takeaway from this tournament was my putting was solid, and anytime that the putter's working, I can continue the round with a lot of confidence. As of late, my handicap has been trending in the right direction, so it's been coming back down. Most of the guys in the group I know are going to be at the championship event, so for me, figured it's going to be a good opportunity to see how everybody else is playing and hopefully end this round with some momentum going into the championship round. So one of the biggest differences for this round for me is I now have all of my irons and wedges reshafted. I went with the KBS S-Taper 130 gram shafts, and it feels so much more controllable. I feel like I have such good feedback on where my club head is. My misses seem to be a little toned down. Have Ping I-59 irons. I stuck with those. I was thinking of going into the Titleist T100s that just came out, but I started with the shaft change. It's a little less expensive and absolutely changed how these irons feel to me. So I look forward to many more rounds with them and seeing if they can perform as they have been as of late. All right, so this round we started on hole 14. It was a shotgun start, and of course they put us on literally the furthest point away on the course. So that's always a fun walk out there. Hit it down my line thinking it was going to be a slight draw, but it actually just went straight and I ended up in the trees. I tried to punch under the tree. I caught a little bit of the limb and it fell short and went into the water. And honestly, I thought to myself, please do not let this be one of those rounds where you start with a double and it just gets worse from there. I stepped up behind the water. I hit a very good shot. There was a sand trap right on the right-hand side and the pin was somewhat tucked behind it. And I was super thrilled. It was actually a lob wedge, which normally I don't hit, but I wanted it to land soft. Hit the front of the green, rolled out just a little bit. I thought it was gonna be closer than it was when I got up to it. There was still probably a good 20-foot right to left putt. But the difference was today, I actually drained the putt. After getting into the water, I thought for sure I'm gonna be starting with a double, maybe even a triple. So to walk away with a bogey and honestly hit a huge putt is a big momentum boost, even though it was a bogey.
Some scrappy golf to start with. Found some trees, found some water, chipped it up, putted it in. Hole 1, 2, found some trees and a car path. Punched it out, chipped it up, putted it in. But and a smacker 360 down the pipe on the next. Having some fun.
All right, so the drive wasn't really 360 yards. It looked perfect to me, and I thought maybe it was gonna get there, but it was still probably 310. Had a great look at the green. Hit an excellent shot. I think I was, maybe 3 feet away. I had an easy birdie putt. I didn't make it. That was a bummer, you know. So coming off of a huge putt a few holes before, I was a little disappointed to miss an easy birdie putt, but you know, that's golf. It just rolled off the edge and it didn't drop. The next hole, shorter par 3, about 165 yards. I seem to not score well on par 3s, partially because I don't have a lot of confidence in my clubs. That's why I've been switching irons. So it was exciting to step up to this one. I had an 8-iron in hand, which was, you know, probably a little too much club. So I I choked down just a hair on the grip and tried to go for just a smooth, pure shot. And it was just a buttery, tight little draw, landed right next to the hole, checked, backspun towards the hole, and I had a nice little 3-foot birdie putt. And this time it went in the hole. I don't remember much about 18. Probably walked away wishing I got a birdie, but I got a par, so happy with it, but I honestly don't remember the hole. So now we're starting back on hole 1. This hole has a pretty good sized dogleg left. There is water on the right, and the trees on the left are nasty. So I went with a 3-wood off the tee. I was trying to be, again, just a nice tight draw. That's where my comfort zone is. Absolutely smashed it, and it almost looked like it was about to clip the tree, and it went right under it, rolled out right into the fairway. Approach was decent. I was hoping to stuff this one. It didn't happen. 2-putt, easy par, not too shabby. Nothing special on hole 2. 2-putt, got it in for par. Hole 3 was another par 5. I got a birdie on this one. Pretty basic play, decent drive, good approach. Did not have an eagle putt. I think it was just a nice chip up. Got the birdie though. Part hole 4, solid drive off the tee. This green is a little tricky. There's a huge tier in the middle of the green. The pin was on the backside, so I wanted to make sure that I got my shot at least to the back end of the green. Last thing I wanted is a huge putt coming up that tier, and a lot of slope to it as well. Not an easy one if you're on the front part of it. Stuffed the shot on the back. It wasn't anything phenomenal, but it held. Decent look at it, 2-putt par. Next hole was a par 3. Great shot. I was very happy with it. Landed on really the middle of the green, which is where I was aiming. The pin was sort of on the bottom left-hand side. I didn't want to get too aggressive. There was a sand trap on the left-hand side there in front of the green. Had a decent look at birdie. It was a super close putt. Didn't drain it. Got an easy par though. Hole 6 is one of the tougher par 4s on the course. If I hit a high draw over the trees on the right, it can make the hole shorter. I think it's about 440 yards. Getting into that water makes for a super difficult shot. So I tried to aim a little left of the trees, hit a draw. I pulled it, ended up in the trees. Was not at all a good second shot. I had no look at it. I thought about trying to fade it off of the tree line back towards the hole, maybe landing, just on the left-hand side near the green. I didn't really have any opportunity to get on the green. Tried to play a little smarter this time, so I just punched it out. Gave myself a look at trying to get up and down. I would guess about 80 yards on the approach. Probably got it within 10 feet. I wanted to get this putt because I did not want to get a bogey. Missed the putt, got my bogey. So number 7 is the easiest par 5 on the course. It's only playing for us maybe 470 yards, which for some of the PGA pros out there, that's just a normal par 4 for them. We all hit great drives on this hole and all had a great opportunity to get it on in 2. Believe I was the only one that did. I think maybe 2 of us actually ended up on the green with an eagle putt. Funny story though, there are 2 different greens that you can see. And I was actually looking at the green on the left, really not even paying attention that it actually doglegs off to the right. So I was this close to hitting my second shot to the wrong green. I looked over at one of the players and he looked at me like, what was I shooting? Because, we had the rangefinders and I was shooting the wrong hole. So he mentioned something, was able to adjust and not make a silly error like going for the wrong green. It was about a 30-footer for me. I didn't have high expectations of making it. I wanted to give it a good shot because I did not want to have really anything more than a tap in for birdie. It was a solid eagle putt, tapped it in for a bird.
Even par, eagle putt. So many holes left.
Number 8 is a short par 4. It's definitely reachable off the tee. Trees that kind of cut through the middle of the hole, so you got to get it up and pretty high. Did tee off with the driver, ball went straight, so I was a pretty good size approach shot away. I was pin high, so I was up there. Not an easy shot. There was a bunker right in front of the hole, so I had to get a high soft lob wedge just over the bunker, hope that it stuck and rolled near the hole. Got a little too cute with this shot and chunked it into the bunker. Honestly, at this point, I was like, please don't let this be where, everything disconnects and the round, just falls apart from here. So my goal was honestly just get this one on the green. So I just hit a very safe shot, almost made my putt coming back, but I bogeyed this one. And at this point, it put me back to even par, and I'd just gone bogey, birdie, bogey, birdie. Preview of the next hole, obviously, because I did get a birdie on the last hole, which was hole 9. I wanted to execute something, very solid, hit a great drive off of the tee, prime time shot on the approach. I mean, it could have been closer, sure, but left myself a very good look at it for birdie and made another big putt. All right, so fresh off the birdie on 9, we were making the churn. Had to make a pit stop, get myself a breather, nice little cocktail or two, really not lose any momentum. I was back to 1 under at this point. Hole 10 is a pretty straightforward hole. A little bit more room on the right. There was a bunker. Hit a 3-wood, just something conservative. Wanted to get it out there. Landed just short of the sand, and the approach on this one was a little short. I hit it just a hair thin. There's a tier, so it's sort of a false front, as they say. And if I did not hit it just that far, it would have rolled all the way back down and made for a significantly different hole for me. So thankful that this one stuck and I was able to 2-putt and get my par. So hole 11, another par 3. Irons have been solid all day. So I was walking up to this one with the utmost confidence. I think the excitement must have got to me because did not perform well on the iron shot. It was probably the worst one I hit all day. Just tugged it a little to the left, also had a little draw to it. The bunker on the left-hand side sort of slopes back to front, and I ended up on the very almost top part of it. I think I had maybe 1 foot out of the bunker as I was going to hit my chip shot. So again, I just tried to remind myself, you don't need to do anything special here. Just get it on the green and give yourself a chance to make par. Get it out safely was my only goal. I did, got it out. Rolled out a lot more than I was hoping it did. I think I had maybe 30 feet coming back for the putt. It was one of those moments where I was able to just walk up and look at the putt, know the line, and stepped up with a tremendous amount of confidence and absolutely hearted the putt. So it was a huge, huge putt for me. I did not want to bogey that one. I wanted to stay under par and head into the last hole feeling very strong. So down to the last 2, hole 12 hit probably the best drive of the day that I'd had. The way that the pin was set up, front part of the green slope, back to front. I just wanted to get something really close, to be honest. This one I was being a little more aggressive with. Landed pin high, ball rolled out just a little, but it's still a good look for birdie. Almost got the putt, tap in par, never upset with that. Moving on to the final hole. Par 5, I felt like a birdie was in the bag for sure on this one. It's not my favorite layout of a hole. It is a dogleg to the right. I kept it on the right-hand side, absolutely pierced the drive off the tee. Unfortunately, when I got up there, I realized that I got no run out. It landed on the fairway, dang near plugged, maybe got a couple feet off of it, had no approach shot. And I would love to have had a shot at this green in 2, but I wasn't even going to risk trying to hit a huge slicing fade to even give myself a shot at it. So I went very conservative, just hit a 9-iron, something where I could have a decent approach at it. Feeling good with the irons again, went up with a lot of confidence and hit probably my second worst shot of the day with the 9-iron. So this one was incredibly thin and it was just flying over the green. I thought maybe I might have even, totally decimated my whole round with that shot. I remember at this point, I took a picture of the ball, and this is when one of my playing partners, looks at me, he's like, "What are you doing? You're taking another picture of your ball?" I tried to be very discreet, nonchalant. I didn't even know what to say. I just kind of brushed it off and moved on. So I hit a shot, rolled out, perfect. I think I had maybe a 2-foot putt, get my par, and be done with the round. So that was it. 1 under, super content. Anytime in these events, if you're even par, 1, 2 under, you got a fighting chance at the win. Checked in, saw all the scores. I was so thrilled to take down the W. And honestly, we don't play these for money. This isn't gonna change my life because I got an individual tour win on the OGA. I won $65, got this cool duck hat, a couple sleeves of balls. You know, honestly, I'm out there for the love of the game. And I hope that, you know, if you take anything away from these videos and what I've been trying to capture here, it is about the passion that I have for this sport, the love of the competition, and the opportunity that brings. Document some stuff for my kids, have something to show them, get them excited about it. They've always expressed interest in doing some YouTube videos, like every other kid out there. Where it goes from here, time will tell. I'm gonna keep playing these events. Next up, head into the championship event. Wish me luck. My heart's gonna be there. I want this one. Can't wait to report back and let you know where we're at.